Have you ever wondered why black cats are often associated with bad luck? This innocuous question sets the stage for our journey today. We delve into the world of black cats, creatures draped in the cloak of night, their eyes sparkling with the mysteries of the cosmos and their movements marked by an elegant grace that can only be described as bewitching. Black cats have long been intertwined with stories of witchcraft, mystery and superstition. Their dark coats made them the stuff of legends, the perfect companions for witches in the dead of the night. The image of a black cat crossing one's path was enough to send shivers down the spine, a chilling harbinger of ill fortune. But why? What led to this perception of these felines as omens of doom? The answer to this question is steeped in history and folklore, and it's a tale as intriguing as it is complex. From ancient Egypt, where cats, including black ones, were revered as sacred, to the Middle Ages in Europe, where they were unfortunately linked to witchcraft and devilry, black cats have been at the center of a myriad of beliefs. Fast forward to contemporary times and these myths persist. Despite the progression of science and logic, black cats still bear the brunt of these antiquated superstitions. They are often the last to be adopted in shelters, their striking ebony coats unfairly associated with misfortune. But is there any truth to these assumptions? Or like many legends, are they simply stories spun from the fabric of human fear and misunderstanding? In exploring these notions, we'll delve into the rich tapestry of history, folklore and cultural beliefs surrounding black cats. We'll debunk the myths, shed light on the facts, and perhaps even challenge the narrative that has shadowed these felines for centuries. Yet, are these beliefs based on truth or merely centuries-old superstitions? Stick around as we unravel the enigma of black cats, and perhaps in the process we may even learn something about our own fears and prejudices. To understand the reasoning behind these superstitions, we must travel back in time. Let's start our journey in the Middle Ages, a time when superstition and fear of the unknown shrouded Europe. During this era, black cats became associated with witchcraft. The nocturnal nature of these felines, coupled with their dark coats, made them the perfect accomplices in the minds of those who feared the supernatural. It was believed that witches could transform into black cats and roam unnoticed, spreading curses and misfortune. As a result, black cats became symbols of bad luck, a belief that took root and spread, and even to this day, lingers in the minds of many. Yet, not all historical associations with black cats were negative. In ancient Egypt, cats were revered and considered sacred. The Egyptians worshipped a goddess named Bastet, who was depicted as a lioness or as a domestic cat. Cats were so highly esteemed that harming one, even accidentally, was considered a grave offense. Black cats in particular were believed to bring good fortune and prosperity. Similarly, in Japanese folklore, the maneki neko, or beckoning cat, is a common talisman believed to attract good luck and fortune for its owner. Though not always depicted as black, when it is thought to ward off evil spirits. In Scottish lore, the arrival of a strange black cat to a home signifies prosperity. There's an old maritime tradition too, where British sailors believed having a black ship's cat would ensure a safe voyage. The wives of these sailors would keep black cats at home, in the hopes it would protect their husbands at sea. However, during the 17th century in Europe, a different narrative emerged. The Plymouth colony pilgrims, with their strong belief in the devil and witchcraft, brought with them the superstition of black cats being witches in disguise. This belief was so strong, it led to the notorious witch trials, where black cats were often seen as evidence of witchcraft. Despite these varying beliefs, it's important to remember that cats, regardless of their coat color, are simply cats. They do not possess any supernatural powers, nor do they bring luck, be it good or bad. These beliefs were shaped by historical events and cultural contexts, reflecting the fears, superstitions, and hopes of different societies. As we move through our exploration, we'll see how these historical contexts have played into modern myths and misconceptions about black cats, and how these narratives continue to influence our perceptions today. As you can see, these beliefs stem from a complex history laden with fear and misunderstanding. Now that we understand the origins of these misconceptions, it's time to separate fact from fiction. Let's start with the oldest myth in the book. Black cats are harbingers of bad luck. This belief dates back centuries, stemming from fears of witchcraft and the supernatural. But here's the reality. A cat's coat color has zero correlation with its ability to bring good or bad luck. Luck, as we understand it, is a series of random, unrelated events. It's scientifically impossible for a feline's fur color to influence the course of these events. Then there's the myth that black cats are bad omens. This belief is largely rooted in folklore and superstition, often reinforced by their portrayal in popular culture. However, in many cultures around the world, black cats are actually seen as symbols of good fortune. In Japanese folklore, for instance, black cats are believed to ward off evil spirits. And in Scottish lore, a strange black cat arriving at your home signifies prosperity. Another common myth is that black cats are associated with witches. This originated in the Middle Ages when elderly, solitary women who fed stray cats were often accused of witchcraft. The cats, particularly if they were black, were believed to be witches' familiars or even witches themselves in disguise. But let's be clear. There is no scientific or historical evidence to suggest any connection between black cats and witchcraft. You might have also heard that black cats are more aggressive or unfriendly. However, studies show that a cat's behavior is determined by its individual personality and upbringing, not its coat color. In fact, many black cat owners will tell you that their pets are just as affectionate and friendly as any other cat. Finally, there's the misconception that black cats are more likely to carry disease. This is simply not true. A cat's health is not determined by its color but by factors such as genetics, diet, environment, and veterinary care. Throughout history, there have been numerous instances that challenge these misconceptions. There are countless stories of black cats bringing joy, companionship, and even a sense of security to their owners. These anecdotal accounts, coupled with scientific fact, show us that the myths surrounding black cats are just that, myths. So, why do these myths persist? Well, it's primarily because they are perpetuated by societal beliefs and popular culture. But as we've seen, these beliefs are not grounded in reality. They are based on superstitions that have been passed down through generations without any factual basis. In debunking these myths, we are not only shedding light on the truth, but also advocating for the fair treatment of black cats, who are often overlooked in shelters due to these unfounded beliefs. Evidently, these myths hold no ground in the face of reality. Despite the debunking of these myths, the black cat phenomenon persists in modern times. It's a peculiar quirk of human nature that we often hold on to beliefs, even when they've been proven false. The myth of the black cat is no exception to this, and its effects ripple through our society in unexpected ways. One of the most significant impacts is on black cat adoption rates. In many animal shelters across the world, black cats are often the last to be adopted. This isn't due to any inherent flaw in their character or behavior. Black cats are just as affectionate, playful, and loving as their more colorful counterparts. Rather, it's a consequence of centuries-old superstitions that continue to color our perceptions. It's a poignant reminder of how deeply ingrained these myths can be, and the real-world consequences they can have. But let's shift gears for a moment and look at the other side of the coin. While the superstitions around black cats have certainly had negative effects, there are countless stories of these ebony felines bringing joy and happiness to their owners. Consider the tale of a woman from New York who adopted a black cat on a whim despite her friends' warnings about bad luck. She named the cat Lucky, as a tongue-in-cheek nod to the superstitions. Lucky turned out to be aptly named. Soon after adopting him, the woman received a promotion at work, found the love of her life, and even won a small lottery. She swears that Lucky is her good luck charm, a living testament to the fallacy of the black cat superstition. Or, take the story of an elderly man in London, who credits his black cat with saving his life. The cat, named Midnight, woke him in the middle of the night, alerting him to a fire in his home. Thanks to Midnight's actions, the man was able to escape unharmed. In his words, "Midnight didn't bring me bad luck, he brought me another day of life." These stories are not isolated incidents. Across the globe, black cats are proving the superstitions wrong, one happy owner at a time. They are not harbingers of doom or bad luck. They are pets, companions, and friends. They curl up on our laps, purr at our touch, and fill our lives with joy. And at the end of the day, isn't that what really matters? Not the color of a cat's fur, but the warmth they bring into our lives? When we let go of our unfounded fears and superstitions, we open ourselves up to the possibility of love and companionship in unexpected places. Indeed, far from bringing bad luck, black cats often prove to be sources of joy and companionship. The next time you cross paths with a black cat, remember this: they are not symbols of misfortune, but rather creatures of love and light. Let's celebrate them for what they truly are, beautiful, loving animals, deserving of our respect and care. The time has come to change the narrative surrounding black cats. For too long, these sleek, ebony felines have been shrouded in superstition and myth, often painted as omens of ill fortune. But these narratives are not only outdated, they're unjust. Black cats are just as lovable, just as playful, and just as deserving of a loving home as any other cat. Their color doesn't dictate their character, nor does it predict the fortune they bring. The vilification of black cats is a human construct born out of misunderstanding and fear. So how can we change this narrative? First, we must challenge the misconceptions we've been fed. When we hear someone perpetuating the myth that black cats are unlucky, let's correct them with facts. Let's share stories of black cats who've brought joy and companionship to their owners' lives. Second, we can use the power of social media to shift perceptions. By sharing images and stories of black cats in positive light, we can help to counterbalance the negativity that's often associated with them. We can show the world that black cats are not to be feared, but to be cherished. Third, consider adopting a black cat. Black cats often have a harder time finding homes due to these superstitions, and you could be the one to provide a loving environment for one of these misunderstood creatures. And finally, let's educate ourselves and others. Learn about the history of black cats, the superstitions surrounding them, and the truth behind these myths. Share this knowledge with others, so they too can understand that black cats are not omens of bad luck, but simply beautiful, affectionate animals. By dispelling harmful superstitions and promoting a positive image, we can help to change the narrative surrounding black cats. We can show the world that these cats are not symbols of fear, but symbols of beauty, charm, and companionship. Together we can rewrite the story of black cats, transforming them from symbols of fear into symbols of beauty and charm. Let's recap what we've learned about black cats and their associated superstitions. We've journeyed through time, debunked myths, and challenged modern perspectives to arrive at a simple yet profound truth. Black cats are not harbingers of doom, but innocent creatures, unfairly maligned by superstition and folklore. We started with unveiling the mystery surrounding black cats. We discovered that their association with bad luck is steeped in historical context, stemming from the Middle Ages when they were unfortunately linked with witchcraft. This association, we found, was born out of fear and misunderstanding. Then we debunked the myths. We learned that black cats are just like any other cats. They purr, they play, they love, and they certainly do not bring bad luck. We also learned that in some cultures black cats are seen as symbols of good fortune. For instance, in Japanese and British folklore, they are considered a sign of prosperity. Moving on to a modern perspective, we saw how these superstitions persist today, often resulting in black cats being the last to be adopted in shelters. This is a heart-wrenching reality that needs to change. And change is what we're advocating for. We're changing the narrative by promoting the truth about black cats. They're not mystical creatures of the night, but loving and loyal companions. They deserve the same love and respect as any other cat. We've covered a lot of ground in this video, but our mission doesn't end here. It's up to us to continue spreading the word, to challenge old beliefs, and to celebrate black cats for who they truly are. So, let's reframe our perspective. Let's choose knowledge over fear, understanding over superstition. Let's remember that a cat's color is just that, a color. It doesn't determine its character or the kind of luck it brings. Remember, a cat's color has no bearing on its character or the luck it brings. So, the next time you see a black cat, don't fear. Instead, appreciate its unique beauty and charm.